Good morning, everyone, and Happy New Year. It is January 1st, 2026, and I hope you had a wonderful New Year's Eve and you're having a wonderful first day of 2026. I'm probably going to say the year wrong quite a few times, but we'll do our best. But today, because it's the first day, it's time to set those 2026 goals or talk about the ones that I've set, because if you've watched my more recent videos, I've been working on my new goals to stop scrolling so much and letting my brain rot, watching so much TV, and try to get back into reading, which has been going pretty well so far, but also just get back into doing things out in the world, enjoying, life in general. So there's that. Less scrolling that has become very popular here on YouTube, and probably on, I'm not really on TikTok or much of the other social media, but I assume it's over there too. That's part of it, is that I deleted my TikTok. I have been trying to stay off of the other apps that I use and not using them quite so much. And then you've seen the walking challenges I set myself. It's really just to walk as much as possible. I have, those number of steps that is in my brain. I want to get over 10,000. Actually, I'd like to do 12,000 a day, which I haven't been reaching at all, but I've been at least trying to get walking in whenever I can. I don't beat up myself too much for not reaching that goal. I just try to get steps in wherever I can. I do enjoy walking. I find it great for my mental health, physical health, just all around. I just enjoy doing it. So instead of sitting here, I do love my couch. I love my reading nook here. It's great, but I also love to be out there just walking and being out in the world. So because it's a new year, I've just set up my, I'm looking down at my little notes. I've set up my Goodreads goal. So I met my goal a couple days to spare of 30 books for the year. And I've set that same goal for this year. I considered dropping it again. I've dropped it the last few years because I felt a little overwhelmed and I was pushing too much and having to read real quick books just to pad the numbers. And I don't love that. I don't love making it feel like it's stressful. 30 books at a certain point was actually kind of tough, but I managed to get back on track and really enjoyed reading a lot in the last few months of this year. Really got back into enjoying my reading. So I thought that was really great. And I thought staying at 30 books sounds like a good number. And I'm just going to keep doing that for the foreseeable future, unless something changes. I get to retire and just read books all day. Then I'll, bring the number up. So that's also a goal for this year, is just to save money. And as part of that, I'm trying to just read what I own. I do have a few books in my collection here. Quite a few of these are ones I have not read yet. So I'm going to really try to get these in, a few of these in this year. And I use my library most of the time just because I don't have a ton of money and I do want to save. I've been saving for a long time, trying to be frugal just to put money away. And really it's for my retirement. It's because I don't want to be working at a job forever. I would probably still do work in whatever way I can. Reselling, of course, is another one of my hobbies that I've tried to do as a full-time job before and would still be reselling to make extra money. It's just something I enjoy doing. My boyfriend does it full-time, so I spend time with him going out and looking for stuff, that kind of thing. But I do end up picking up books to resell, and then I end up picking up books that I want to read for myself. And so then I end up with a little bit of a backlog of a TBR that just kind of sits there to get through eventually. And I'd like to focus on those this year, but just continue to use my library for most of my purchases, for most of my reading to do. And speaking of I just was talking about how much I enjoyed reading the last few months and my Goodreads goal. So about this, in the summer, I was kind of behind, and then I went on a long trip to the UK. So I got a little bit more behind, which it was fine. Like my trip was the priority, of course. I had just so many amazing adventures and a wonderful time. So reading was not, I am not worried about that, but I did find it a struggle to, I would start books or I'd pick up stuff and I just didn't like the looks of it. I was a little burnt out on reading British stuff all the time and cozy mysteries. So I had seen the thing about personal curriculums, and I had picked up a list of American history books to read. And I said in a previous video that I've been working on, it's James Pritchard's In Search of Empire. And this is about the French colonizing the Americas. It's been a bit of a slog, but the last few days between Christmas and New Year, I actually have really been enjoying digging into this. It's gonna take me a few more days to get done. I'm at page 282. So, probably about to here is the actual text or so before the appendix and indexes. But I was finding it a bit of a slog at first, and I was thinking maybe I'm getting tired of my personal curriculum. And I don't think that's it. I think I was wrong. I think I was tired of work. I think I was exhausted from my job. And just when I got, this is a thing I do on the weekends when I can sit here in my reading nook and have a nice quiet day. That's when I work on my history reading. And I was struggling with it, I think, because work was stressing me out. And once I got to a few days after, like the day after Christmas, I started reading this again and I was really enjoying it. I read a bunch of pages. I think I will finish this before I go back to work next week. And that'll be maybe my first book of the year finally finished, because I have been working on it for probably 6 weeks at least, maybe a little bit more. I checked it out and it sat here for a while, so I can't remember exactly, but I've been working on it for a while and felt like it was maybe too much. So, but no, I think reading history nonfiction, I read a lot of historical fiction as well, but reading history nonfiction, I feel like is really where I'm at right now. I've enjoyed it before. I have often regretted that I did not do a history degree as an undergraduate. I did music. I love my music degree, but I kind of wish I'd done history and have thought about going back and doing it again. But again, it costs money, and that might be another thing for retirement. We'll see. But I found that I think history is where I'm at right now, which it's what I'm loving right now, and it's really my groove. And I think this year is going to be a lot of history reading, which is my final, this isn't really a goal, but I guess it kind of is. So I saw that Historathon 2026 was announced, and I'd forgotten about it because I tried, I think the first year they did it, I found it like partway into the year and was trying to participate in it. And then I ended up falling behind and even trying to get like one book in. I think I was struggling, and I was really busy with work or something and fell off on doing it. So I said, this year, I feel like I really want to do it, and I'm really excited about it. Now, that was always what happens when I start a readathon and then I poop out. But I'm only planning on reading a little bit for it. Actually, I'm gonna do a whole nother video on Historathon. So I won't talk about it too much, but I am going to participate, and I'm going to, I'll talk about that in another video about what I'm going to read and how that's going. But I'm going to participate this year. I'm going to at least probably spend a lot of my time reading history this year. I think that's where my heart is, and I think that's going to be great. So I have a lot of goals for the year, but I think it all really just comes down to the one goal, which is to have, better mental health, physical health, and get to where I want to be in life, which is retired and just reading all the time and doing what I love, and sort of being in charge of my own day and my own life, which whenever I have breaks like this, whenever I have a vacation, I love having the time to do what I love to do. And just living a quiet, simple life would be great. I don't need a lot of excitement. I just need my books and my loved ones and my, reading nook here to be cozy and comfortable. So, that's kind of all of the goals for the year. I don't think it's going to be too hard, because the only concrete thing is just to read the 30 books. Everything else is just do your best and try to live life the way I want to. And I think it's going to be a good year. I'm looking forward to just spending time living that cozy life and reading a lot and enjoying things. And I hope that you are doing well today and you are looking forward to 2026. Let me know if you'd like in the comments if you have any goals set for this year and what those goals are. Are they reading goals? Are they walking goals? What are you looking forward to this year? And I wish you all the best. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.